Hello,
Hi,
Pai.
Lila. How's it going?
Yes, everything is going well. And how about you?
Yeah, all good here. It's the weekend. I can't complain.
Okay. So today I would like to talk about the learning of a foreign language because now I'm learning a foreign language that is the American English, the American accent. I can speak English, but there is a problem on my tongue. I want to speak like you because you are from America. So where you are living in America? You are living in which city?
I live in New Jersey, so nobody knows the city, but New Jersey is the state. It's right next to New York.
Okay. Okay, so can you tell me about yourself a little bit for my viewers? Because I'm gonna
Yeah,
upload this
sure
content
thing.
on my YouTube channel.
So I am Paris the Polyglot. I have a YouTube channel of my own,
Okay,
and I
yes.
absolutely love languages. I
Yes.
started learning when I was 12.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I will
I
upload.
started
I will also mention your YouTube channel link in the description when I will upload this content on my channels, so that they also my viewers also subscribe to your channels and they will also connect to you if they want to talk with you for learning purpose.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Awesome. Thank you so much.
it's my pleasure. Yes. So, how many languages do you speak, Paris? How many languages do you
I'm
speak?
fluent in French and Spanish. I can get by pretty well in Italian, German, sign language. I can hold a conversation in Chinese, and right now I'm learning Hindi and
Oh, Hindi. Yeah.
Arabic.
Yes.
Yeah, मैं
Yeah.
हिंदी सीख रही हूँ.
Oh, yeah, your Hindi is best because I heard you. You sometimes when you are also hosting the meeting, you are speaking a little bit Hindi. I understand to you. So you are speaking also Hindi very well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I try. I gotta practice where I can.
So okay. So can you tell us how did you learn this second language, Hindi? Because your first language is English. So how did you learn this second language, Hindi?
Great question. I was originally going to start with Duolingo. That's where I start with all my languages, but Duolingo was too hard for me. So I went to this other app called Language Curry, and they start you off without the alphabet. They just get you speaking the language. And once you start speaking, the rest of it's easy. And then I could practice writing in my free time, and it helped a lot, but it's taken a long time. I was expecting it to come as easy as French or Spanish, and it just doesn't.
Yes. You know, there are also many ways because I'm also learning a language. I'm also learning the speaking English. So there are many ways. So we people are also searching the ways of learning English, the ways of speaking English. So what are the best way to speak a language fluently? The best way.
That is a great question. So there's multiple ways you can do it. There's this technique called shadowing. And shadowing means somebody is reading something or saying something, and you try to say it at the same time. I will try to
repeat this something. This is called shadowing. Yeah.
That's a great way. And what I personally like to do is I'm a very musical person. So I translate songs from English into other languages and I sing them with my guitar or ukulele. So once I have a song translated, I have all the vocab memorized, I have all the grammar memorized, and it helps me a ton.
Yes, great. Yesterday I had written one thing about, you were talking about the shadowing. So yesterday I find a content from YouTube channels and she mentions the seven best way for speaking English or for speaking other language like just a minute where I have written.
I think I saw that post too, although I don't remember what it said exactly.
Yes, just a minute. I'm sharing
let's
to you.
Take a look.
Yeah, to practice speaking English, there is 7 ways to practice speaking English. First is tongue twisters. Every day we should do tongue twister every day, at least 10 minutes, and shadowing for 20 minutes. Shadowing, yeah, as you are sharing now, shadowing. Yeah, and answering questions it means we can find many questions in online, and we can also answer that questions. And learning on apps. So which apps are you using when you are learning the second language? You are learning Hindi. So are you using any apps? You're not using any apps.
Yeah, I always use Duolingo. That's one of my favorite ones out there. They also have Language Curry if you want to learn Hindi. They also have Kalila if you want to learn Arabic. They also have Hello Chinese if you want to learn Chinese. They have Lingo Deer, which has a
Yes.
whole bunch of them. It's
Oh,
very
yes.
similar to Duolingo in style, but they're a little bit cleaner. And then if
Mhm.
you don't like those kinds of apps at all, there's like a whole nother category of there's like language exchanges, there's audio like Pimsleur. There's so many ways. Like in this day and age, if you say that there's no material to learn a second language, like you're lying. You're not
Yeah.
trying.
Yeah. Yes. You know, you are also learning the second language Hindi. I'm asking about you Hindi because your mother tongue is English. I'm not asking about English. I'm asking about Hindi language. So, you know, in Hindi also there are many vocabulary and many words, new words. So what methods do you apply to remember the new vocabulary, to remember Hindi vocabulary? In Hindi
Yeah,
language
I
also
think
there are
once
many.
again, translating helps a lot. I usually try like forget the vocab part of learning a language. I'm very grammar focused, which I know not a lot of people say. But when I translate songs, songs have about 1,000 words each. So like if you were to go out there and translate 300 songs, you'll see that like after a while you just keep running into the same words over and over. It's always love or sadness or like I don't know, gift. It's always the same basic words, and those are the same words you can use to hold any conversation. So if you learn a song, if you can translate a song, then you have like pretty much your fundamentals to having a conversation right there. And it's music, so you don't forget. It's in your head forever.
Yes, you're right. Yes, you know, some people say that if you are teaching a language, then if you are learning a language, you should teach. And if you teach, then you can also learn better. So I'm also applying these methods. You know, sometimes I'm also teaching to students in online, in offline also, because my younger brother has a private tutors where I'm sometimes in my spare time, I'm teaching to them. So do you agree these things? We should teach if you are learning the second
100%.
language.
Yeah, that's really the best way to test if you understand it or not. Once you're teaching it, then you'll find out if you understand it, and if you do, you'll learn it better. Maybe they'll have questions you didn't even think of.
Yes, you are right. Because I have noticed many times to you also, you are also teaching English. So what's the reason behind? Because your mother tongue is English, you are also teaching English online.
Great question. So since I love languages, I was trying to figure out something language related I could do during the pandemic. And I thought, I want to meet people who speak other languages. If I teach English, there's plenty of people who speak other languages. And I feel like I understand the grammar of different languages enough that I could figure out English. So I started teaching first, and they came with all these questions I didn't know how to answer. So I started studying up, and that was the real test of skill, just like you said, of figuring out if I really could understand it. And there were some things that were so easy, like every other language has them. And then there's some things that just leave me scratching my head, like, why? Why English? Why do you do this? But it's been fun. I use material that they use for second language teachers, which I think if you're an advanced learner of English, definitely try it out. They have things like CELTA, IELTS. If you read the textbooks for that, for what the teachers teach, like they have so many useful things that your normal teachers in school would just not cover. It's so helpful.
Okay, great. So you are trying to also learn the Hindi language with textbook or with audiobooks, or you are just listening the audio in Hindi means watching some content on social medias or YouTube's to learn the second language,
It's
or you are
yeah,
using some
it's
textbook?
mostly apps.
Oh,
Not for Hindi. I was using a book at one point, but I find the trick with Hindi is
mhm.
very often the material will go somewhere that is just not relevant. You know, they want to use classical words, but I want to speak like, I guess, like the street language, like the day-to-day language that people would use to communicate. There's no use to me learning it in an academic sense because I'm never going to use it in a classroom.
Yes,
So I have to go out there and find the right material. And usually it's not a textbook for Hindi, at least.
yes, yes.
For other languages,
Okay.
textbooks are
So
great help.
do you understand when you are reading the books or any things which is written in Hindi? Do you understand or you are not understanding? You are just able to speak.
Oh, books are so difficult.
Yeah.
For books and movies, you got to be really advanced to be able to look at them. Even like
Yeah, yes.
it's a lot for me. Some people like it. I heard this story the other day where this man went to Africa. He
Yes.
was from India, and
Oh.
the kids in the town were asking, "Hey, can you teach us Hindi?" And he's like, "Okay, I'll teach you." And he
Mhm.
started talking to them, and he found out they already spoke it because somebody had left old Bollywood films in town and they
Yeah.
had just watched the videos so many times and looked at the facial reactions that they could just guess what they were saying, and they had learned to speak Hindi that way.
Yeah. You know, you people are speaking English very well, but sometimes when you speak very fast, we are also unable to
Oh
understand what
yeah.
you are speaking. I watched your short video that you had posted before, snow in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
snow in Texas. You maybe remember, but you know, totally
Yeah.
I couldn't understand what you are talking about. And when I watched that many times, several times, I understand a little bit. You are talking about means snow in Texas. You are describing about that, but I didn't understand what you are speaking really. That was so difficult
Mm.
for me to understand.
I don't think we were saying that much, and I was mostly just trying to prod my friend to talk more. So if you couldn't understand that, don't worry. There are loads more. But the trick is, I don't know about British, I don't know about Australian, but in American, we slur all our words together. So if I say and an octopus, it becomes and an octopus. It
Okay.
doesn't sound like three different words, it sounds like one word. So
Okay.
learners have to listen a lot because the way we talk when we speak slowly is not the same at all as the way we speak when we speak quickly.
It means you are speaking now two languages, Hindi, English, and others
Mm-hmm.
language also. What was the others language you are speaking?
Mm-hmm. So I'm probably a C1 in French and Spanish, a
French and
B2 in
Spanish.
Italian and sign
Oh,
language.
Italian. Oh my God, you know five languages.
More than five.
So
There was Chinese in there. I studied Latin. It's a lot. I'm part of an organization called Hypia for
oh,
hyper polyglots, people who speak more than six languages.
so what language would you like to learn in future except these
Ooh, good
five languages?
question. Um, hmm. Definitely something from Asia because I've touched like Chinese, I've touched on Korean before, but I haven't really like mastered them.
Yes.
Maybe Vietnamese. Vietnamese looks fun.
Yes, Vietnam. Ah, yes. Okay, you know, I'm when I was speaking English when I started my journey to speak English. I was talking with also means those are means unwell. Those are not speaking English very well. I was talking with them over the phone call, and voice message also. I talk with them. They are also unable to speak English very well. But I was talking with them, and I when I got the also opportunity to speak English, I randomly talk. Now also still I'm doing this process also. So is it a good
Hmm.
idea to learn language from non-native speakers of a language? Because native speakers are speaking English very well. Their English is means your English also very very good, very fluent, very effective. But you know we are also learning sometimes from non-natives. Those are good or those are those are speaking very well. We are also learning from them. So is it good idea to learn English from non-native?
I wouldn't do it 100% of the time, but the most important thing in language learning is practice. You have to be talking. You have to find someone that you can communicate with. So, for example, back in school, I had a French teacher who would teach me French, but I also had a friend who sat with me on the bus and we talked in French to each other. And that helped me much more than any French class could, just because I was practicing. It didn't matter if we made mistakes. It was about communication. So it's the same thing for learning. As long as you can communicate with someone, as long as you're practicing, you're gonna get much further than you would alone.
Yeah, I really enjoy to talk with natives because natives are helping. Some natives, not every natives are not helping to us because English is our not our mother tongue. It is our second language. It is also official language. You may be heard about it in India. We have not a good environment where we can speak. If you are living the rural areas, there is no any platform to speak English, to talk in English. If you are working in some offices, then you'll get the chance to speak English. And I have talked with many natives, and I really enjoy to talk with natives, and I'm following to American accent, so that's why I'm also sometimes I also search if I find people on YouTube also, and those are willing to talk with me. I also make comments and I also request them to do a conversations with me. So I really enjoy to talk with you.
Yeah, it's been really nice talking to you too.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Paris. Maybe we can talk in the future. So I wanna end this conversation today, and we will do another conversation in future because you are helping. You have a YouTube channel also where you are also sharing your knowledge, but you are not uploading some contents. I think.
Yeah, I'm starting again.
Okay, you should do that because you are also helping to others. Those are not getting the platform to speak English, but you are providing a platform that I really appreciate that you are doing. And yes, yeah, every day I'm talking with natives, really. So I will mention your YouTube channel links in descriptions, so my viewers will like and subscribe to your channel also. Maybe they will try to connect with you and they will also talk with you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. See you.
Thank you. Bye.
So do you know this? Namaste.
Namaste. Yeah.
So how do you call this? I think you say hi, good morning, good evening, but it is namaste. It is our culture.
Gotcha.
You come to India, you will also follow this namaste.
All right, namaste then.
Okay, see you. Bye.
Bye.